Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of this season of Jaycees TV. I'm so excited to be here with you guys, and I want to tell you something really exciting that's happened to me. So I got elected to be president of JCI Michigan. So you'll notice last season we interviewed Peter Behrman when he was president, and now I get to fill those shoes. So I get to run the state. We got 33 chapters, and I'm beyond pumped to be able to show them guys what Jaycees are all about. So obviously I'm still a member of Wyandotte, and really would like to take a second to thank the citizens of Wyandotte, the mayor and city council for being so supportive, and certainly my wolf pack at home for giving me the tools I needed to do this job. So very excited about that. And along with that, one of the people on the production for this very show, Danielle Bora, gave me this wolf tooth. So this is a legitimate wolf tooth. And probably the coolest gift that I've ever received. So something we're doing this year is we're called the Wolf Pack, and I just wanted everybody to feel like a big family. So yeah, we're going to extend this great community we have here in Wyandotte all the way across the state, and we're the Wolf Pack for that. So get excited for this first show, guys. Hey guys, here we are again with Jaycees TV, and we have our first guest, Megan Maiani. So I'd like to welcome you to the show.
Thank you.
And you have a really cool title this year for the chapter, amongst your many other cool titles. So tell us, you're the president of the Wyandotte Jaycees. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so I kind of came into the presidency for the Jaycees a little unusual. Most of the times we have an election in the fall, and you're elected in the fall. However, our elected president decided to join a different chapter of the Jaycees and still remain a JC. So therefore, I was asked to step up this year and lead the chapter.
Right on.
And so in January, after the year had already started, I kind of had to jump headfirst in and miss some of the trainings and that, but I feel like we're off to a good start.
I think you're off to a great start. So I'm the president of the Michigan Jaycees, which you may have heard about at another time. So I get to see a little bit about what happened. So I saw the transition, and I think you picked up really well. So tell me about some of the struggles that you've already faced, maybe getting things together.
Yeah, so one of the main struggles is in the Jaycees, you come up with a chapter plan to kind of outline your year. And that chapter plan is usually done in December.
Yeah.
So in December, you have your board retreat, and your board comes together and decides what kind of projects they want to run, what activities, what community fundraisers that they would like to do. So we were already behind the 8 ball on that.
Yeah.
But I feel that our group really pulled together, and we were able to do that in January and produce a pretty good chapter plan that we submitted to the state. And we're actually reviewing that chapter plan right now because our first trimester is almost over, and we've completed many of the things that we wanted to this first trimester so far.
So your plan basically for the viewers at home really is a set of goals for each trimester? Is that how that works?
Yeah, so it's really for the whole year, and then each trimester we sit down and we review the plan. And when we review it, we see what we've achieved. Do we want to set more goals in that area, set our goal higher, or are there things that we realize just aren't going to work for our board or our chapter this year that we might need to take out and revisit at a different time?
Fantastic. So tell me about some of your goals. What are some of the goals for Wyandotte this year?
Yeah, so one of our goals is to actually create a succession plan for our officers.
All right.
So in the past couple years, we haven't had officers run for every position, or somebody run for every position during elections. So this year, myself and our District 4 director, there's directors for different districts in the Michigan Jaycees.
Yep.
And so her and I are sitting together, and we're going through each member in our chapter to see where we think they could fit with a leadership style, if they would take on a position in the leadership role, or if they would just be a general member and attend our general member events.
That's
because
awesome.
You don't always have to step up into a leadership position, and we definitely need those members to just come out and have fun and enjoy their experience with the Jaycees.
That's awesome. And we also have a lot of, so you talked about people stepping up to the positions, but even chairing projects. You know, you don't have to have a big commitment. If there's one thing that you're excited about or passionate about, you can do that one thing for us, and that takes us to the next level, right? So.
Yeah, absolutely. So you'll be talking with our community team a little bit later in this show.
I'm excited to see them, yeah.
And our community team, there are 2 people who really didn't want to step up and take on a vice president role. So together, they're working as directors in order to still make that area of our chapter plan successful for this year.
That's excellent. So tell me a little bit about things that are for members. So what do members get out of being a member of Wyandotte Jaycees?
Yeah, so we have 4 different areas. We have the membership area. So the membership area is becoming a member.
Cool.
And then we do membership socials only. So that's just where our members come, and it's not open to the public, and the members can just really enjoy the camaraderie between each other and grow in friendships. Then we have the individual development area.
Right on.
So individual development focuses on the individual. So our main focus for individual development this year is healthy living.
I like it.
So each month we're trying some type of new healthy living activity, because you might not want to try it, but when you're with some friends and you all try it together, it might be something that people like. So we've already done Zumba. We're going to do bar lattes down here at Lux Studio here in Wyandotte. And we learned about meal prepping and healthy smoothies. So that's been cool. And then we have a management area which focuses on our fundraisers. So 3 big fundraisers for the Jaycees are beer tent, beautiful baby contest, and haunted house.
I'm excited.
And then our last area is community, and you'll hear about that later. So I don't need to bore you with those details right now.
Let them steal the show for that, right?
Yeah.
I like that. That's great. So we talked about members. So who can be a member of the Wyandotte Jaycees?
Yeah, so anyone between the ages of 21 and 40.
Great.
So really there's no other prerequisites other than being between that age. And it's just people who want to make a difference in the community, grow as leaders, and enjoy camaraderie with others.
Yep, or make a difference in themselves, or learn how to shoot resumes and stuff like that.
There's so much to grow and develop as a member.
So we talked about some stuff local. We're going to hear about community stuff later. On the state level, first, let's see. You're wearing a shirt.
Yeah.
I don't know if they can get that on the shot. Hopefully they can grab that. Tell us about what you're wearing.
So I have the Wolfpack shirt on, and the Wolfpack is something that the state, such as yourself, decided to create a team of for your campaign to the presidency as the 95th president of the Michigan Jaycees. And so the Wolfpack had many fundraisers, and together we are one team.
One dream. Fantastic. So I love that you're wearing that shirt, so I had to throw to that. But also, we do something on the state level, and tell me about the state conference.
Yeah, so state conference is something that I attended for the first time last year, and it was an amazing experience. I didn't really know this as a new member, all the things that we could do at the state level. And what we have the Friday of conferences is a lot of competitions. So you can grow as a professional. I went from competing in nothing to competing in debate, professional speak-ups, write-ups. You're hired, you get to have an interview and share your LinkedIn resume. And if you win these competitions at the local level, at the state level, then you can actually go on to national level and compete national with the Jaycees chapters across the United States to become a nationally recognized professional.
That's awesome. And Wyandotte's taken debate teams to the national a lot. So there's 33 chapters in Michigan, and the Wyandotte chapter specifically is definitely bringing the competitors. So how do you plan to continue that? And how do you get the people to even sign up?
Yeah, so we get the topics about 3 weeks before submissions are due for the end of each trimester. And my goal this year is to actually use our general membership meeting that's right around that time of submissions to sit down and kind of push people to do at least just the write-up. If they're not attending the conference, they can do the prepared write-up because we have the topic. So why not just ask them to write about something over 10, 15 minutes and submit it? You never know. I mean, I did that for impromptu write-up. I went in there just competing to compete, and I ended up winning for the entire year.
That's awesome.
I could go on to compete at nationals, but I have something going on that weekend that I won't be able to attend that conference. But it just goes to show if you put yourself out there, you can really grow.
That's fantastic. So that conference, ladies and gentlemen, is May 3rd through 5th. And at Boyne Highlands or Boyne Mountain Resort in Michigan. So if you want to hear more about that and you're local to Wyandotte, talk to Megan. She'll get you in the chapter. Do you want to talk about how much it costs to be a member and the special that you're having? Yeah,
so the Jaycees membership is usually $70 a year, but the Wyandotte Jaycees offset that cost and pay $30 of it, so it's only a $40 cost to the member when they join.
That's awesome. That is so awesome.
Yep, so we're able, because of the fundraisers that we do, we have enough in our bank account that we're able to offset that cost and give some people that opportunity that might not be able to afford that $70 fee. And a lot of times when we're running state membership competitions, some of our members who have really gotten a lot out of the Wyandotte Jaycees will sponsor memberships.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
So, and we're, I believe right now, the 3rd largest chapter in the state. So that's a huge credit out of 33 chapters to be the second or third largest. So you guys are really doing things right. So tell me some of your favorite things about the Wyandotte Jaycees.
Yeah, so beer tent's definitely one thing that reeled me in. I know some of the years I wasn't as active as a member, but I always came out and chaired beer tent because I just loved the difference that we made. We would raise tens of thousands of dollars to be able to give back to the community. Another project that I really enjoyed a couple years ago was Haunted House. And so I got to know some of our members through the Haunted House, was taking them up food every weekend to feed them because they're there for hours on end and need something to eat. And so I kind of saw that project kind of go downhill a little last year. So what really made me excited is coming back as president this year, seeing the people who are excited to take that on again and come back and have an active role.
So I'm hearing that there's already people ready to take on the project this early in the year for the project that happens in October?
Yeah, we already had our first committee meeting.
Fantastic.
So we've created an executive committee, which is made up of 8 or 9 people right now who have a lot of experience with the past haunted houses and the successful haunted houses. And then we have an even larger committee of those who really do enjoy the project, but we haven't brought them on as executive leaders yet, but we'll mentor them so in the future they can step up into that position too.
Fantastic. So when did you join?
I joined back in 2013. There was a member who I worked on Relay for Life with. And so he asked me to come down to the haunted house to interview me because he wanted to submit me for the Women of Wyandotte Leadership Award.
That's right.
And so I ended up winning that award and went on to be an Outstanding Young Michigander finalist.
So Outstanding Young Michigander is a JC-specific award that only Jaycees in Michigan are, or not Jaycees, but only JC chapters in Michigan submit people for. But they're for people that aren't Jaycees yet.
Yeah.
So basically, that's how you heard about the Jaycees, is that right?
Yeah, so I knew nothing about the Jaycees until I was invited up to Lansing to where they presented this award. And then as a result of that award, I was given a honorary membership. At that time I was sponsored. And I came out to the very first meeting, and within those meetings, they kind of rooked me into my first year. I became the secretary on the board.
I remember that.
And so jumped kind of headfirst in again.
Yep.
And from then on, some things have happened in life where I've focused on my career, became a city councilwoman, and took some time away, but I'm back in full force.
So tell us a little bit about what you do professionally.
Yeah, so I'm a nurse down at Hutzel Hospital.
Amazing.
I was a pediatric nurse for 5.5 years, and I decided with all of the leadership experience that I've gained in the Jaycees that I was ready to take on another role. So I became the manager at Hutzel Hospital in the neonatal ICU and special care nursery.
Fantastic.
So I have about 85 to 90 employees, give or take,
that I
am in charge of. And then in my spare time, I'm a city councilwoman here in Wyandotte.
Yeah, so, spare time. That's a full-time job in and of itself.
With all the emails and telephone calls that you get, it definitely can be another full-time job.
I like that you watch the city's Facebook page.
Yeah.
Or not the city's, but Downriver and Friends, or I'll see you on Facebook defending Wyandotte, and I think that's super cool.
Yeah, and not so much is always defending us because we do stuff wrong. I mean, we're not perfect. We're not going to always please everyone. But I like to be able to see what people are afraid to come to the council and talk about, because sometimes it's easier to talk behind that computer screen.
Right.
And so being able to see their concerns, it helps us to grow as a city because we need to know what issues we need to tackle and the problems that they might not bring to us face to face.
Fantastic.
So that's nice to be able to fix. And I know not all council members are as active on social media, but my generation, that's what we've grown up doing, and it's kind of becoming the norm, so we have to be able to make that change and accustom to it.
So I like that you bring that up about the city. We're going to finish up with how are you going to use social media for the Wyandotte Jaycees to kind of show more people about what we do?
Yeah, so one of our goals actually in our chapter plan this year is to utilize live feeds and to make some videos with some of our events. So by enabling those live feeds, people can join in and see what's happening in real time. And get the real emotion instead of just seeing a text post. So the texting post, you can't put your emotion through it, but doing those live videos and music videos and different things to highlight, you can see the people that they're enjoying their stuff that they're doing, and hopefully attract people's excitement through that.
I know that it will. Picture's worth 1,000 words, so video's worth like 1,000 pictures, right?
Absolutely.
So, well, cool, Megan. I'd like to thank you for coming out to the show today and
for
spending some time with us and sharing about yourself. So really appreciate it and look forward to amazing projects with the Wyandotte Jaycees this year.
Absolutely.
Welcome back. Thanks for sticking around for the second half of Jaycees TV. Appreciate having you here. I'd like to welcome my second guest for the day. I have Kimberly Akers and Sara Skarzynski, part of the Communiteam for the Wyandotte Jaycees. And that kind of stands for our community team. So their projects are aimed at our community. So I'd like to ask first, Sara, tell me a little bit about the community team, what that means to you guys, the community team.
So Kim and I are community VPs this year, and we're really just implementing a lot of our annual projects this year, our Easter egg hunt, our spaghetti dinner, really getting to the community, getting a lot of members involved in our community and giving back to them this year.
Awesome. So. Kim, how long have you been a member of the Wyandotte Jaycees?
I've been a member since, I think, 2013.
Awesome. So you've been in for a minute. Is this your first time on the community team?
No, I've been on a couple times.
All right. So tell me what you like about the community team. What brings you back to this?
I enjoy the community projects like the Easter egg hunt, senior spaghetti dinner, the Christmas presents for families.
Awesome.
I like giving back to the community.
All right,
so I really
cool.
enjoy that.
All right, and to give the viewers at home a little bit of an idea of how some of these things work, the Jaycees have different areas. So one of the areas, like I'm interviewing today, is our community team, but we also have like an individual development team, which betters the person, helps you with resume writing. We also have a management team that runs the projects and programs and helps raise the funds, has a cool haunted house project that you'll see maybe later in the season. So yeah, there's different areas, and so I'm hearing the same thing. That feeling of giving back to the community really is what keeps you guys going, and that's what brings you to the community. So let's talk right away about a project. So there's two big ones that we want to talk about. So Sara, tell me about the senior spaghetti dinner.
One of my favorite projects.
Awesome.
That's coming up next weekend on Sunday the 31st at the Copeland Center.
So that's fast. It's
Yes.
like coming up.
Yes, coming up.
Get your seats,
very
ladies and
quick.
gentlemen.
I actually chaired it last year, first
Okay.
time ever, and I recruited my parents to help cook.
Awesome.
They had volunteered before in the past in different areas, not at the Jaycees, but out in the community. And my dad makes excellent spaghetti sauce, so I had asked them to come and cook and serve, and they loved it.
Awesome.
So they're doing it again this year.
Fantastic.
And I think last year we had about 110 seniors come through and eat.
Oh, that's so good.
And it's such a rewarding feeling to have them come, and they're so thankful and gracious, and they want to take food home. Some seniors that came even wanted to get food to go for their friends who were sick or couldn't make it out. So we're looking forward to having the same amount of people, if not more, this year.
There'll be more.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes. It's out, posted all over the city. It's at the Marquee on 4th Street in Eureka.
Oh, that's great.
So the event is being spread out there.
So let me ask you this. Where's it at?
Copeland Center.
The Copeland Center. So I believe it's 2304 4th Street. I'm sure somebody in post will just put the address right down here, or maybe you'll see it on the break. And then how much does it cost for the seniors to eat?
It is free.
Really?
Free of cost.
Fantastic. So I kind of made a joke there. Really, it's been free as long as we've been doing it, and it's just a great way that the Wyandotte Jaycees give back to this community. So yeah, it's free for any senior that shows up. Please come and visit that. It's a good time.
Yeah.
So you said this is your second time chairing it.
Yes.
So what did you learn from the first time, and maybe what might be different this year?
So one of the hiccups we had last year was the whole coffee thing. We had a little coffee maker at the beginning, and seniors love their coffee.
Okay.
And last year it was a rainy, cold day, so they wanted it right away. And the coffee wasn't coming out quick enough, so this year we're going to switch things up and have it ready to go for them when they come in.
Okay, good.
It was a great project. I think it rained really smoothly last year, and I'm hoping for it to go the same this year. And I'm really looking forward to getting the seniors together
Cool.
and giving back to them. A lot of them have worked hard in the community, and a lot of them aren't able to go out and cook on their own or afford
Right.
to buy meals. So it's a great feeling to have them come and be thankful and give to them.
It's a day out on the house, right?
Yes.
So let's take care of our people. I love that.
Yeah.
So Kim, tell me a little bit about, I'm sure since you've been on the community team before that you've been involved in this project. What do you like the best about the senior spaghetti dinner?
I like just seeing the seniors happy and
me too.
enjoying with one another. And we also have like euchre, so playing cards. They enjoy that, and they just enjoy a day out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I'll tell you guys a funny story. Hopefully it's good for TV. It is. You were talking about, like, so there's always some type of mistake. Any project you do, this is how the Jaycees learn, right? We chair these projects, and through making mistakes and doing a great job, we learn how to do great projects in our community. So I was in charge of making the sauce. This was about 10 years ago, and I burnt it. So we're in the middle of the spaghetti dinner. These people are coming in, we're getting ready to eat, and they're like, Steve, what did you do? I'm like, I don't know, I just didn't watch the sauce good enough. I don't know. So totally burnt it. So people like jumped into action, ran out, they got new sauce, started cooking it, and everything was totally fine. But like, these are mistakes that happen. So we learn and grow.
Yeah.
So another project that we have coming up, it's huge. We've been doing it for 40 years, maybe 41 now, or maybe even more, 43? 43 years of the Easter egg hunt.
Time.
So Kim, tell me a little bit about, tell us and tell the viewers at home too about the Easter egg hunt.
So every year we do a Wyandotte Easter egg hunt, and we usually pack eggs on April 19th. Well, it's gonna be, we usually pack eggs the day before. It's gonna be on April 19th this year at the log cabin at Bishop Park. We would love to have any volunteers that want to come out. You can contact me, and my phone number is 734-255-8843. And on a Saturday, April 20th, we have the Easter egg hunt. We'll have bounce houses and like over 10,000 eggs, stuffed with candy, and we will have face flare there for, you know, some face paintings, and like I said, 2 bounce houses, and we're hoping to have animal balloons as well.
Okay. I'll tell you, the company said Face Flare. She's a Jaycee. She actually is from Westland Jaycees and a good friend of my wife, Sara, and mine. So Kim Torres is the owner of that company, and she's been helping with this project for, I think this is going on like 4 or 5 years for her. So I know she's excited to come back, and I'm glad that you guys reached out to her. And you might get balloon twisting also.
Yeah,
Alicia's Balloon Creations, and she's a good friend of ours and current Wyandotte Jaycee member too. So this is another way that our members get to give back to the community, and when our members have businesses, Jaycees come together and use those other Jaycees to help our projects be successful. So just to kind of give you an inside glimpse of how we really grow as a team. So
we will also have Easter Bunny there in the log cabin.
Okay.
Kelton Kai, he will be doing the pictures with the Easter Bunny, and it'd be $10 a picture with an additional picture for $5. You have a 5x7, and you also have a little frame to go with it. And he said he will post something online with the pictures for the families, and the families can take a picture if they buy a picture as well.
Oh, cool. So they're allowed to take a picture with their own phone as long as they bought a picture?
Yes.
That's great, because you can never know when you're going to capture the best shot, right? So tell us this, when should families arrive at Bishop Park, at the log cabin? When should they arrive?
The hours are going to be 10 a.m. till 2 p.m. The Easter egg hunt will start at 11 a.m. with ages like 0 to 2, and then we have like 3 to 4, 5 to 7, and 8 to 10. So it'll be like 15-minute increments.
Okay, cool. So that gives all the kids a chance to participate.
Like
so
I
say
said,
if you had a 2-year-old and an 8-year-old, each of them get their own chance so that you'll be able to supervise them. So that's a smart thing that we do. One thing since I've been around the block a few times, and you guys now have been too, what happens if a kid goes in to get eggs and doesn't get enough eggs?
We will have some volunteers that'll go around the center, around the hunt, and they will passing out candy. So every kid will have a chance to have some candy.
Fantastic.
One kid might only get a couple eggs, but if they didn't get enough eggs, we have some extra candy for them as well.
Great. So this is cool because we won't let any kids go home sad. We want everybody to have a great time. So tell us something else interesting about the community team, or maybe future coming events. Maybe you don't know all the details, but what else is coming up?
Well, we always have our thing way far in advance, but our Thanksgiving and Christmas program is always really big for us every year. A lot of people like to come out and help, those projects, so that will definitely be further on in the year.
Excellent. So we're keeping that. Great.
Yep. JC Park cleanup we'll be doing throughout the summer
Oh, good.
to help clean up the park and if there's any
June
special
1st.
projects. So I'll be in the summer. Kim, anything else you want to touch on?
We also have the 5K with Aaron
Yes.
Bartel.
Oh, dude.
It's a run for veterans, for fallen veterans, and he's been promoting it. And you can find information on Facebook. He has flyers, and if you have any questions, you don't even have to run it. You can walk it, and he'd be happy to give you any information about it.
And even if you can't be there, they're doing a virtual run or walk as well. So you could always purchase that
Really?
and do it on your own as well.
That's fantastic.
Yep.
Good deal.
Yep.
Really love that Aaron Bartel. And you know what? He's another Wyandotte JC. So you guys know that we got Running to Honor, but he joined us too, and now he's partnering up to
Yeah.
get this awesome, huge 5K going on. So I can't wait to hear more details about that. And sounds like a really good segment, and maybe to put on a show. If we know somebody that might be running a show, to maybe get him on TV to
Yeah.
talk about the 5K. So
be
that's really
great.
cool. What's your favorite, I'll ask Kim first, your favorite project? Doesn't have to be community. We've talked an awful lot about community. What's your favorite JC project?
I enjoy Haunted House, and I also enjoy the Christmas present, like the Christmas gifts for the children. I love seeing their little faces when we do a Christmas breakfast, and just seeing all different types of kids that are out, and so excited about Christmas and Santa. And I also enjoy Santa letters. I guess I have multiple.
Right.
multiple
Well, we have a
projects.
ton of cool projects, right?
Yeah.
Sarah, how about for you?
I love them all. I guess more community-wise, senior spaghetti dinner, like Kim said, the holiday programming is one of my favorites.
Awesome.
Giving back to the families and see them so excited for the holidays is great. I also enjoy Beer Tent, beautiful baby
Yes.
at street fair. And one of the projects that I just ran was a Polish night.
Okay.
So something that's, I'm Polish and I love to talk about
So you get parts
my
of your
culture.
heritage?
Yep. So just getting together with the members and hanging out and talking about different things and just having fun is what I enjoy too, getting to know people and make friendships.
Great. Well, Kim and Sarah, I'd like to thank you guys so much for being our guests today on the show. I'm excited about the community programming, so stay tuned, everybody. Come out to these projects, Spaghetti Dinner and Easter Egg Hunt. We'll see you there. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to thank you for tuning in to Jaycees TV, and I'd like to take a quick moment again to thank our guests for coming out here to tell us about the Wyandotte Jaycees, Megan Maiani, Sara Skarzynski, and Kim Akers. Thank you guys for doing that. And before we go, I want to teach you guys a little something. So as state president this year, I got to choose a theme. And guys, I'm gonna need your help in the studio for this one. Got to choose a theme that I get to inspire the Jaycees all over the state with. And the theme for that year is One Team,
One Dream!
Fantastic. So you guys heard that. It's one team, one dream. And that's just this Wolfpack family working together all over the state to get the job done. So if you want to get involved, you can go right down to your local city here in Wyandotte, and you can get our general membership meetings, which are the second Tuesday of every month at the Copeland Center, starting at 7:30 p.m., where you just heard Megan, our president, will be presiding over those meetings. So guys, I'm just looking forward to shooting some more episodes of Jaycees TV and seeing you all for our One Team,
One Dream!